Iran clears path for women to run for president.
Here's a summary of the article.
Iran's all-male Guardian Council, after 4 decades of barring women from the presidency, has reversed course to allow women to run in 2021. No explicit legal provision blocked women's path to the presidency previously in Iran. Originally an Arabic word, Rijal literally means men, and the Guardian Council lawyers, for more than 4 decades, have taken the word at its face value in their exegesis of the constitution, denying women the right to become president. The Guardian Council's announcement on women and presidential candidacy is as much political strategy as it is a substantial corrective to past injustice. Of course, women should be eligible to run in presidential elections in Iran and should have equal access to leadership positions on par with their male peers, said Professor Roja Fazali. In preceding years, a number of high-profile women in Iran have sought to challenge the odds and become president, distinctly carving their names in the world of politics. While women in Iran have the right to vote, to drive, to education and to run for parliamentary elections, the list of rights they are still fighting for is endless, said Samaneh Savadi, an Iranian gender equality activist based in Brighton, Britain. Even as prominent Saudi women's rights activists languish in jail, there is hope in Iran that developments in Saudi Arabia will encourage the Islamic Republic to offer further reforms to women.
This post received a score of 6,100, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
As a lover of irony, if Iran gets a female president before the US, I will smile.
Ironically, some Islamic countries have ended up getting female heads of state. Pakistan, Bangladesh are two. I can get Iran would be a welcome addition.
Indonesia too.
Baby steps, I suppose.
Better than nothing. But as plenty of more democratic countries unfortunately demonstrate, the fact that a woman is allowed to become president does not automatically mean that a woman can become president.
Lest we forget, women were not treated like garbage there until the revolution in 1979.
That's all great, but every image I've seen about this was from city areas, where people are more liberal anyway. There is always a large conservative base in Iran, much like the US. That's partly why the US was successful in the regime change. Unfortunately.
Exactly LMAO. My family left in 1981 and back in the 70s your average Iranian woman was pregnant and married by 16.
Even the men? Apparently, they edited fast enough to not have the marked as edited, but it originally did not specify woman.
Yeah, I made a typo lol.
Yeah, okay Iran. What's with the username?
I'm guessing it's a reference to the UND cutting their women's hockey team's funding 3 years ago. Opening square bracket.
WTF UND.
President, more like the installed puppet of the supreme leader, but okay.
I mean, that's a great first step, but to the people that want a female president for the sake of them being female, I have this to say. Whether a leader is female or not doesn't really have much to do with their qualities as a leader. My country Bangladesh has had female prime ministers, basically the leader of the country, for as long as I can remember. And they both suck. Like, corruption there is so bad it makes US politics look appealing.
I wonder if someone ever documented the life of women there before the CIA and British intelligence coup. Would be an interesting thing to read.
Right.
Meanwhile, US supports Saudi Arabia where women.
Don't worry, men don't have any political rights in Saudi Arabia, either.
And gay men don't exist. Because they've been tossed off buildings.
I mean, let's not act like it's really lots better in Iran. The standard Islamic law atrocious treatment and punishment of gays is still there, with Iran also having a push for reassignment surgery, because Iran does take less issue with trans people. I will often see a back and forth on whether Iran or SAW is worse about a slew of issues, and at some point the answer is, the bar for comparing them is so low that I barely see why it matters.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.